welcome to the 13th episode of the Knitting Spring Podcast. My name is Tonya, and I will be coming to you from Manhattan, New York. It's been quite a few weeks, I guess about 3 weeks since I've talked to you. I have had, I still kind of have the flu, so I'm a little disheveled today, and so is my apartment, and I've been in and out of work, and I've been pretty much horizontal and subsisting on ginger ale and dry toast for longer than I care. And today I'm starting to feel a little bit better, and I just wanted to pop in and say hello. I don't like going this long without podcasting. I feel like I'm out of touch, and I don't get a chance to show you guys everything that I'm working on. And so that's why it's been 3 weeks, and this might even be a little short today because I'm still really tired. It's like 7 o'clock here, Monday, March 7th, and I went to work today, and I'm exhausted from it. So let's get into this, and let's still some introductory stuff. Sorry, my brain's a little scrambled from being sick. So I want to thank everybody who comments and talks to me, gets back to me, gives me advice. I really appreciate that. Even though I started knitting 10 years ago, I really haven't been an avid knitter till last year. So I did know how to do quite a bit, but there were still so many things that I hadn't learned or tried, and so a lot of the things I've done in the last year have been new to me. And again, if anybody has something they'd like to share, there's so many wonderful experienced knitters out there, and I really appreciate anything. And you guys just saying hello, I love hearing those. I try to get back to all the YouTube comments, and I read everybody's introduction on the Ravelry group and seeing where everybody's from and where I am reaching you guys at. So it really does mean a lot to me, and it's important for me to be connected with all of you. And anybody who's watching me for the first time or just subscribed, usually I'm a little more peppier and feeling typically better. I usually don't have the flu all the time, obviously. So I believe it or not, I knit virtually nothing last week. I got sick. I want to say it's been over a week. The week before last, that Friday. So that weekend, last week, and then just a little bit this weekend. So last week I didn't knit at all. I would just either be home from work and couldn't even pick up needles. That's just so sad. And that's the first time this has happened to me in the last year. So you'll see there's not a lot of progress, but I have a few things to show you. The first thing I'm going to show you is in the lovely Mina Makes project bag. This isn't a standard size. She made this for me and gave it to me in January when she came to visit. January when she came to New York. And this, if you guys haven't gotten one of her project bags, you definitely should. They are so well made. I am so impressed by it's like a luxury knitting bag. It really is. It's just so well made. It feels just luxurious. It really does. It's like one of the best knitting bags I have. And she made me a matching Notions pouch, and I just love the fabric. The buildings and the trees, it just screams New York to me. So I absolutely love it. And what I have in here is my Ribby Sweater. I can show you. I did separate finally for the sleeves, but by now I started this, I want to say maybe mid-January, end of January, and normally I would be done with the entire sweater by now, but I'm just not. So, but this is where I am. I did split for the sleeves, and you can see this is the stitch marker right here, and you can see that's all I've gotten done in the last 3 weeks. I've just I've just had no energy. So this is, hold on, the pattern's called Ribby. It's by Olga Burya Kefelian, and the yarn is Voolenvine Yarns, Stellar Banshee on her Volca base. And I just absolutely love it. I am knitting this on size 4, US size 4, 3.5 millimeter needles. Excuse me. And I like, my favorite needles are Chalgoos, but these are Addies. These are Addie knitting needles, sorry. And I have my one, I love this stitch marker. It's the little octopus from Miss Babs. They're so cute. I just love them. And the yarn is just, it's just yummy. I'm definitely a product knitter, and I really want this sweater so bad. I can't tell you. I cannot wait to get this and wear it. So with, sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't forget any of the technical details about this. This is designed to be a long sleeve sweater, but since I haven't had time to knit lately, it's given me some time to reflect on my projects and what I've been wearing. And all of my long sleeve sweaters, all of my long sleeve sweaters are in, except for one, are in a tonal or solid yarn, and I wear those the most. My one long sleeve sweater is my deep sea jellyfish sweater, the Iridium pattern that I finished in January, and I love it. I really do, but I think for me, this is just personal. It doesn't, it's just a personal preference. I think all of my variegated yarns, I'm going to make short sleeve sweaters. I think for me, the relief of skin, especially with a crew neck, with all the patterning, helps. I feel more comfortable in it that way. I like the way it looks on me. I seem to wear my short sleeve sweaters more. That's probably a product of it being such a mild winter this year. On the very cold days, I definitely would put on my caramel latte sweater in the hot pink colorway that I made for Rhinebeck. Very warm. I loved it, but that's tonal. It does have a little bit of color variation in it, but it's pretty much a pink sweater. So I've been sitting and just thinking about yarning for knitting and thinking about this sweater, and I'm not set on it, but I might make this a short sleeve sweater. One, I really want to wear it this spring, so that's one of the things that is sort of making that decision, but sort of also I was thinking about how I wear things and how it's going to fit in my wardrobe. So when I finish the body and I try this on and I get to a short sleeve length, I'm going to try it on and see what I think and give it some serious thought. But I'm like 80% thinking I'm going to make this a short sleeve sweater. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. It has nothing to do with the pattern. It's all about how I want to be able to wear this and how often I want to be able to wear this, because I will be able to wear this sweater this spring, which would be just absolutely lovely with all those, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's just like pops of gold and hot pink and this like yellow orange, and it's just against this gray background, it's just beautiful. And I can see myself wearing this quite often. Being a short sleeve sweater. Going into long sleeve, that means I'd have to have this done probably in the next week to get some wear out of it, and that's not going to happen because I've been just inching along in my knitting. So that's where I am on that, and I'm on my second skein of yarn, and I still have 2 more skeins left. So I have plenty of yarn. It's not a yarn factor or a yardage factor that's making me decide on this. I have plenty of yarn, but I would also really like to use as much of this yarn in the sweater as I can, because I just really like how it's knitting up, and I just love it. I really do. So, okay, that's me waxing on about my lovely sweater. And then the next thing I did start, I think since I talked to you guys last, is my brother's knee socks. So I do have one started. Sorry, I'm a little disorganized here. I haven't been in this bag for a while. So I do have one started up to where you'd start going up for the leg. So I have the heel and the foot, and yes, this is a very long sock. He wears a 12 and a half shoe, so this is long, but very, stocking it around for socks is really mindless. That just shows you how ill I've been that I can't even knit in a circle. I've tried, and I'd get like half a row done, and I'd have to put my needles down and lay down. So I did cast on for the second sock, and I am this far, and I have, it's buried, I had it out. I have my sock roller, which if you're a beginning sock knitter, this thing is just absolutely wonderful. It just, on my first pair of socks, I didn't get this, and somebody recommended to buy this to help measuring, especially since I do toe up. It's just so much easier for me to understand sizes and how to fit, and I can write things down about, and it's in inches. I mean, you could measure on a ruler, but I just feel more confident about where this measurement is, because you put it in the toe and it's snug up here, and you're not shifting where that edge of that tape goes. So this is the top of the toe, and you just go down with your needles and see where you are. And I'm at 6.5 inches, and I have to go to 10. 10? Yes, 10, and then start the heel. So I have a little bit more to go on these. And I am knitting this out of Voolenvine yarn, Strasse, in her Volca base, her Strasse base on dirty, with the colorway's Dirty on Purpose. And beautiful. Her Strasse base is just absolutely lovely. It is 80% merino and 20% nylon. And I've been knitting all of my socks until this one out of BFL, and I know BFL's stronger. It's a sturdier yarn for socks, but you can just feel the softness in the merino. It's amazing how different the hand is between the two yarns when you're used to working in. Not that I really like BFL. I've made all of my socks. I really like the BFL, but this is a really, really special yarn, and I think he's going to really like these. His birthday's in July, so I think that might be when he gets these. But I'm going to try to keep going. But I have quite a few other things that I need to get done before this. This is just something for me to work on. And then the socks are living in my hook and gauge bag that I got, I think, last summer in this cute owl pattern. Everybody comments on it. Everybody loves it. I really love it too. It's just so bright and cheery, and this little owl is just, to me, it's his favorite. Maybe it's the hot pink on the body and the little, like, it looks like little crocheted eyes, but it's just, he's so cute. I really like this bag a lot. And then the other thing I've been sort of messing around with is just a washcloth. And last time I talked to you guys, I just cast this on, and then I haven't even finished this. So this is just the pattern I'm using is Minimal from the Dishcloth Diva washcloth pattern book. And the bottom is, I think, Clementine from Knit Picks in Dishy. And then this one is, I have no idea where the yarn band is. I just have this ball, but it's really pretty. And it's this variegated, and I think it's like called Coral Sea or something like that, from like, is it Knit Crochet or Crochet 1, Knit 2? It's I got it from yarn.com webs, and it's one of the cotton yarns, so I got it from there. And they have a whole bunch of cute colorways. It's not as inexpensive is like sugar and cream, or even the Knit Picks cotton, but it's softer. It's definitely a softer, and I don't have any problems with knitting washcloths with cotton. I know a lot of people have problems with cotton, but maybe because I don't knit on it all the time or do it one, it's like little bits here and there. I never have any problems with that. And I always knit my washcloths. This is pretty much the pattern I use. I like it. It's simple. It has the little garter ridges in it. So it's got like a garter ridge section, a stockinette section, and then the edges are garter ridge. And I don't follow the pattern necessarily. I just know what it is, and I just knit until I feel like I want a garter ridge, and then do some stockinette, and then do a garter ridge. This is just for me, so I just sort of go by what I feel like. And I always knit mine on, I think this is a US size 5. Let me see. Yes, US size 5, 3.5 millimeter, and these are Chow-Goos. Chow-Goos are my favorite needles to knit with. And then I just have little stitch markers on the side to remind me. I have to put stitch markers anytime there's a change for something, because I will, especially something like this, I'll take it for like lunch or something, and I'll put in an audiobook or an audio podcast, and I'll just get lost in listening, and I'll just knit, and I'll forget, and then I'll have to go back and rip out. And so I don't want to do that. So this is just something that was me. I'm sure a lot of you do that as well. But they're little stitch markers from a homespun house, tea bag, and a spoon. And these always live on my washcloths. And then I have a little Skull Candy Notions pouch in here. And then this stays in my homespun house project bag. And when she gets new project bags in her shop, I'm definitely going to get another one, because I really like, this is another favorite project bag of mine as well. It's just nice and soft, and has a quilty, like she has batting in here. This is the first project bag I ever bought. So I bought this must be March or something that I bought this, and it's really quite a trooper. And so I forgot, I pulled this out to talk about. For my brother's knee socks, I've never knit knee socks before, so I found just a plain knee sock that goes toe up, and I'm just going to try and use this one. It's called Delicious Knee Socks, and it's by Laura Chow, and I'm just going to look and see how she did her knee socks for all the increases, etc. And I have all my brother's measurements, so I'm going to have to do some math, because I guarantee you these are not meant for my brother's leg. And he's quite tall. He's 6'3", so he has quite long legs. I believe from heel to knee is either 21 or 22 inches. And I'll be using all the yarn. I tried to figure that out, or find a calculator about all that stuff, and I'll be using all the yarn from those two balls to make his knee socks. So that's what I want to talk about there. And then I just want to pause real quick because I wanted to talk about some things that I'm dying to get to. Okay, that's just a second for you, but a few minutes for me. So one of the things, I have a section that I want to call my blue sky section. And this is things that I'm dreaming about making, and that are sort of needle adjacent, and things that are coming up that I'm excited about. And one of them is, since I'm so far behind, I make a little chart, and sorry about the here, I'm trying to think. I put a chart together of all the sweaters that I would like to knit this year. And at the rate I'm going, I'm never going to get to all the things I want to knit on. But I was supposed to start this In Stillness sweater by Alicia Plummer, and I'll insert a better picture of it here. here so you guys can see it, and I'll do the same for the knee socks as well. I want to make that out of this, wow, is it black? This is Miss Babs Yowza in the Obsidian colorway. And I know a lot of people don't like to knit with black yarn, but I love wearing black. Most of my t-shirts are black. 90% of my sweaters are black. All of my pants are black except for the 2 pairs of jeans I have. And I just really want to knit a black sweater. And what I really like about Alicia's design is it's got this nice open boat neck, a little bit of texture on top, and this is a long sleeve, and I do want to make this long sleeve because this is a solid or tonal black, and I think it's going to be beautiful. And I'm just dying, absolutely dying to get this on. Not that I'm not enjoying the one I'm knitting now, but I really want to wear that one, and I'm dying to get this one on. So this is definitely a sweater. Once it's done, will not be able to be worn until next winter, but I understand that. But I've been wanting to knit that sweater probably since last summer. That's when I found the pattern. And then the other one, the other pattern I have to do, this has to be done at the end of the month, is the Voodoo You Love Me. Everybody's seen these. The Voodoo You Love Me dolls. I'm not giving anything away on there. It's just talking about the little stuffy. Her birthday is March 27th, and I haven't cast on a stitch. I planned on starting 2 weeks ago, and that's when I got seriously ill. I didn't get out of bed at all that weekend, and this weekend I didn't really feel okay to do anything until... Sorry if something's going on with the lighting. Something's going on with the camera. It's picking up a weird light. I apologize. There's no flashing. I think it was I have the TV on mute, and I think that's what was doing it. So, moving on, I really need to get her stuffy done. So it doesn't look like it's only 10 inches high, and I think I can do that. So I need to find some energy and get this done because I will be really disappointed if I can't have this for her. She doesn't know she's getting it. I have some other things that I'm sending her way. So, but I really would really like to have this for her birthday. She won't know, but I'll be really disappointed if I'm physically not able to do it. So I am looking to do that. I have some really beautiful speckled yarn that I showed either last podcast or the podcast before that I'm going to make that out of. So I'm really looking forward to that. That leads me into stash enhancements. And really not too bad since the last time I talked to y'all. I went to Brooklyn General 2-3 weeks ago now with Kristen from the Yarngasm podcast. Jenny from the Tiny Paper Foxes podcast, and Jacqueline from the Brooklyn Knit Folk podcast. And we went to Brooklyn General, and I picked up 2 skeins of this Swan's Island, and there we go, Swan's Island. And it says it's an indigo, but I don't know if you guys can see it. It looks kind of dark on the screen, but it's a beautiful dark gray, and for me it looks like there's probably a tinge, like it's a blue gray, but very dark, and you'd really have to look at this in the sunlight to see the blue. It is a gray yarn, and it's a little bit lighter than it's showing up on screen. It says it's an indigo based color, and the colorway is charcoal, so I am right, it's charcoal, and well, the color is YF113, and it's just their natural colors collection, and it's in organic merino, and it's 525 yards at 100 grams, and wow, do you get a lot. I mean, that is a lot. So I've got 2 skeins that I bought, and this will be a t-shirt, so that's plenty for me to make a t-shirt out of. I think all of my t-shirt sweaters have been around, $10.50 yard. So I probably, right at the end, I probably won't have anything left over, but this will make a really beautiful t-shirt. The other color I got was Tosh Sock in the Fjord colorway. And this is just these lovely shades of blue. And you can see it looks green on the screen, but I assure you it's not. The darker green is like a dark blue, but the screen's probably pulling out the green that's sort of the underlying color in the dye that makes up this yarn. And I really like Fjord a lot, not only because of the color, but I spent some time after art school in Norway with a friend of mine. She was Norwegian, and we became really close friends when we were in art school, and she invited me and another American to come and stay with her and her family. And wonderful vacation. If you ever get a chance to go to Norway, it is a beautiful country. We traveled all around. We went, I can't remember the name of the town, but it was like having their 1,000th year anniversary when I was there. Stunning, stunning, stunning place. And the fjords really are just spectacular. We would ride and take these ferries to go across, because we drove from around the Oslo area up past Bergen, pretty far north. We didn't go past I don't think we went as far north as the woman who does the Arctic, sorry, I can't remember her name at the moment, but the Arctic Knitting Podcast. I know she's from Norway, and she's pretty far north, and I don't believe we went that far north. But I really like her podcast too, because I just have an affinity now being there, and they were so welcoming. Introduced me to, it was the first trip I ever made out of the country, and it just opened up a whole different world for me as an American, going over and seeing how a different culture is. It's not like it's that different, but it is different. I mean, they have different rituals. They have they eat different things for breakfast, and they have this wonderful brown cheese. Doesn't sound good, but it's delicious. You just slice it thinly, and you put it on some butter, and they had these like crackers. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And just a whole range of things. And I wish I was a knitter when I was there, because we went through Dal in Norway, and I could have picked up yarn from there, but I wasn't even on my radar at the time. But a wonderful trip. And her mother, actually, for my graduation gift from art school, was a Norwegian knitted sweater, and I should get that out and show that to you at the time. And it is beautifully knit. It's white and has all of this color work, Norwegian color work, or Norwegian ferrule. I'm not sure what it's called, but just beautiful. And it has the little Norwegian clasps and the ribbon, and I so appreciated it as a piece of handicraft when I got it. But after I became a knitter, I was just blown away looking at this. Her knitting was fantastic. Just a wonderful knitter, and maybe that got into my brain a little bit and helped me become a knitter. But you never know where you get inspiration from, right? So Fjord, definitely loved that. It was just a spectacular trip. Will live a special place in my heart forever. I can't say enough about how great the entire trip was. There wasn't a moment where I was ready to come home. In fact, I was ready to not come home, and my mom at the time freaked out, but so I ended up coming back, and other things transpired, and I ended up moving to New York. But yes, so moving on from that story. But the other thing that I've gotten in the mail since I talked to you guys last is I got the Harry Potter Club second installment from a homespun house. And this is the After All This Time colorway, and it's on her Bakken base, which is 70% merino, 25% cashmere, 5% nylon. And I just lit up when I saw this yarn in the mail for me. I mean, I got this, I think, last Thursday or Friday. Had to be Friday because I didn't go to work on Thursday. And I wasn't feeling well, and this package came, and I didn't know when it was going to come because it's coming from Germany. and I opened it up, and I knew what it was from the outside because you can tell the German postage, and I just opened it so excited and lit up when I saw this. And it's the after all this time is when Snape is remembering his love for Lily, and the stitch marker she gave, if you can see, I don't know if it's going to focus, is the deer, and then it says always underneath this charm. I just lit up when I saw this. So what's those? You guys are probably all saying his Patronus. So the Patronus, and when he said always, and I love that scene in the movie, and it just so picked me up. It so picked me up. It didn't make me better, but it made me feel better, if you know what I mean. So I was just delighted, and I don't know what I'm going to make out of this, but it's just going to be beautiful. It's purples and all these speckly colors. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and the base is so soft. I mean, it has to be next to skin because it's absolutely lovely, just lovely. And I so enjoy the Harry Potter club that she put together. I love her inspiration. I love the packages she's put together. I could go on and on. I love that club. I absolutely love that club, and I look forward to it every month. I love seeing what her inspiration is. She picks things that are known but special at the same time. She has really a good gift of picking a special moment out of the Harry Potter series, and I just love her inspirations. So the other thing that I got this today, so pardon the crinkling, I literally got this at like 4 o'clock at the office today, so yay. This one is also a Harry Potter themed colorway, but it's from One Twisted Tree. And it must have been one of the days I didn't make it into work Monday and Thursday last week, and I was laying in bed and I was flipping through Instagram, and Boston Jen from the Down Cellar Studios podcast showed a picture of her knitting on the train or the bus, and she had her One Twisted Tree bag on there, and I just love those bags, and I didn't get one. I was like, well, let me just go over there and see if Danny has any bags that she's selling again. But on the homepage, to my pure delight, was this yarn, and the screen is just not doing it justice. It's not this baby blue. It's this gray blue, and it's tonal, and it's called, sorry, if you want to go look this up on her website, it has a much better picture. It's onetwistedtree.com. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 460 yards, and the color's called Frozen Forest of Dean. And that's another one of my favorite scenes in the last 2 Harry Potter movies. And I had to get it. I saw it and I was like, and I've been trying not to get stuff because we're going to be going to Do You Knit at the middle of this month, and I've sort of been trying to save my money, and because I know that's just, I'm really scared to go there because they just have all kinds of great yarn, and Kristen's going to have her Voolenvine trunk show there, and I love her yarn, and so I've really been trying not to buy yarn, and I just wish this screen, it just looks like a powder baby blue, which this is not. Please go over to her website to see this. It is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's these gray blues, and there's streaks of gray in here, and it's like, what they, sort of that Christmas frosty blue that you see. That's what this is. And then I did get little tins. Hold on. I got these, and she sells these little, let me see if I can, sorry, I'm going to have to pull these out. She sells these little tins for notions on her website, and they're small little tins, and they're $2. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? $2, You can put all kinds of little stitch markers in there, or you probably could fit a needle in there, and so I got some of those. And then the last thing I got, I know I said I haven't been buying anything, but this has been like last 3 weeks, so it's not all been like in this last couple days. I got the Find Things for Plain Occasions by Hunter Hammerson. And the item that, so the pattern, I saw this book by the Knit Girls probably about a month ago now. They did a review of this book, and they did a lovely review. So about a month ago, maybe many of you have seen that episode already, but if you want a great review on this, they did a really wonderful review. And the one pattern that really caught my eye for this, and I believe I have it tagged, and I just had it up before I had a pause, was these mitts. I just absolutely love them. And there are just so many delicate socks and other small accessories. Like a hat. This hat's beautiful. So this hat is really beautiful. And just some simple things, which is right up my alley. I really like simple clothes, but with some texture, like that hat with just the ribbing. That's so me. The gloves, they just have a little bit of the detail. A little bit of the detail on the fingers and then on the cuff. I just thought that was beautiful. And so I bought this from Hunter Hammerson's website. I believe it's called Pantsville Press. I'm almost positive about that. Pantsville Press. And I got the electronic version as well. So I can't remember how much it was all together, but I got the hard copy book. And then I also got the electronic version. And I have that on my iPad so that it's just nice. I always keep current. I print out a pattern to keep in my project bag, just in case I don't have my iPad with me, but I have my project bag with me. And then I also have an electronic version of the current patterns that I'm working on my iPad. So I liked having both, and I liked being able to purchase them. And this came, I'd say I got the downloadable pattern right away, but I got this maybe 1 or 2 weeks later. So this must have been beginning of February that I got this, because I got this between the last time I podcast and now. So some wonderful, wonderful patterns in there. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a Hunter Hammerson fan, and I think she's made some really beautiful patterns. Okay, so I don't know what I did with my show notes, and I think that's it for acquisitions, I believe. And then, okay, so I've talked about where I went. So recently I went to my knitting excursions. Sorry. I went to Brooklyn General, as I said, and had a lovely afternoon with those 3 ladies, and I just have such a wonderful time with them. We just had such a nice time chatting and relaxing, and had a wonderful lunch, and it went by so fast. And then yesterday they had a meetup in Brooklyn, but there I couldn't make it. I just haven't been feeling well enough, and I don't think it's right to go to a big group of people. I have to go to work. I can't keep taking all this time off, but I don't have to go out there, and I don't believe I'm contagious anymore, but I don't want to risk that either. I don't want to go to a fun group thing that's optional and being unwell. So I didn't go to that yesterday, but they looked like they had a wonderful time, and I was so jealous that I couldn't be there. And I looked at all the pictures on Instagram and all the fun knitting, etc., but next time. But coming up, and I better be well for this one. Kristen's doing her trunk show at Do You Knit in Westfield, New Jersey, and that is 2 weeks away. So my fingers are so crossed for that one. And I can't wait to go to that. So I'm really excited, and I've really been trying to dial it back so that I have funds to have fun getting yarn. And I know I think I have a list that I'm putting together, and I've just been since I can't go anywhere, I've been on the internet just looking at all these things and all this fun, etc. And I can't wait to go there. I'm really excited. And then finally, I have all my travel plans booked and taken care of for, Maryland Sheep and Wool. And I'm going down by train, which I love traveling by train to the DC area, and it'll be nice to do that. So back and forth on the train for Maryland Sheep and Wool, and I get to stay with my godmother, who I just absolutely adore. I really look forward to taking her to Maryland Sheep and Wool and spending the weekend with her and her family. And then, yeah, that's it for me right now. So those are sort of upcoming events that I have that I'm looking forward to. So that moves into India Long. I wasn't able to podcast on the 29th of February. I really, really wanted to. I like Leap Day. I don't know why. I just like Leap Day. But I did lock the thread for the Voolenvine India Long. And I have to pause again because I forgot the prize. Okay, I told you my brain has been sick as well with the flu. So usually I am much more organized than what I have been this episode. So I apologize for this. But the prize for the first India Long, Knitalong, was Voolenvine yarns. And there were some absolutely beautiful projects knit in that thread. And the prize for that is this beautiful skein of Gashly Crumb on Kristen's Voolenvine. Volca Base Gashly Crumb by Voolenvine Yarns. Kristen generously donated this for you, and a lucky winner won this. And I am also including with the prize is Kristen's new Vildesmeer pattern with this. So I drew random number generator. I did this yesterday, and the winner was entry number 20, and Anja Julia, ANJAJULIA. She's the winner for the first India Long for me knitting spring. So she gets the lovely yarn and a pattern of Kristen's new Vildesmeer shawl. So, Anja Julia, please PM me on Ravelry and contact me and let me know that I can send this out to you. And I will try, if you get in touch with me this week, I'll try to have it out to you by Saturday, and I'll let you know the day that I shipped. So I was really excited to do that. I love Kristen's yarn, and I really liked featuring her yarn. I love indie dyers. I love the passion they have for dyeing and all the hard work they do, and I really like supporting them. So the next thing that I would like to start as a next knit along, which I didn't start a thread yet, and I apologize. I will get that up this week, is I want to do a Miss Babs along for March and April, and that's what I was talking about for the Yowza Weight shawl and the Instillness. I think I can do the Yowza Weight shawl for the knit along, but I'm definitely not going to get the sweater done. But the Miss Babs along, so if you have already cast on something or you have whips in Miss Babs yarn, feel free to join. So I will open up the thread. It's going to run from, today's the 7th, so I apologize not having that thread open. March 1st to April 30th. And it's just some general rules. It's going to be the same as the Voolenvine yarn, so I'll put all the rules in there again. Member of the group, 1 entry per person, and knit anything that you want out of any of Miss Babs yarns. Double dipping's allowed if you're doing a sweater along for somebody else and you're using Miss Babs yarn. If you're doing a shawl along, I know there's a ton. Maybe you're doing one of the Harry Potter knit alongs. Please feel free to double dip, triple dip, whatever you want to do. Whips are allowed. I try to keep it as casually as possible. I don't like to stress when I knit, so I like to keep these. Some people do a monthly, but I like 2 months just to give it some breathing room if somebody has something. So as long as you're not binding off the last 3 stitches to any project, feel free to join in and post your finished object in that thread, and I will get that up. And the prize, which I should have gotten out when I got this, is I'm going to do Mina gave me a project bag for a giveaway, so I'm going to use her project bag for a giveaway. So you really want this project bag. So please join, post your projects, and yeah, have some fun. I know a ton of you have Miss Babs yarn, and just, fun way to maybe win a bag and use up some of that stash. And I know she was at Stitches West, so I don't know if anybody who's gone to there picked up some of her yarn. That might be fun. So I want to use one of my skeins I got from Rhinebeck, so I don't think I've used any yarn from Rhinebeck yet. So that'll be nice to dip into that yarn stash a little bit from that fun weekend. And then, wow, I'm chattering a lot. I didn't think I'd be able to get this far along, but I'm really excited to talk to you guys. I've missed doing this. I forgot how much fun it is to sit and talk to you all and share with you all about everything that I do in my knitting life. And yeah, I forget how good this makes me feel, and I hope it makes you guys feel good too. That's really important. So I finished Tender at the Bone by Ruth Reichel maybe a week ago. I think I finished it before I got sick. And then that was just, I loved that book. I absolutely loved it. I listened to it via an audiobook, and I got the book from audible.com, and Ruth Reichel narrates her own book, and she does a wonderful job. Since she wrote the book, I think and it's a memoir about her life, she knows when to put in the little extras that you do when you're reading an audiobook, and so you can really feel the life in her memoir. And she's talking to you about her life right from her voice, and you're hearing her talk to you about it. It feels really personal, and I really liked it a lot. She led a fascinating life. I didn't know that much about her. I knew she was editor of Gourmet magazine. I knew she was a critic for the New York Times. But I didn't really, outside of that, I didn't really know that much about her. And very, very interesting book. And she talks about how food integrates into her life. Obviously, she's was a chef and a restaurant critic. But it's more than that. It really is a wonderful tale about a fellow American. And I highly recommend the book. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. And I can't say enough good things about it. I am going to be reading Come From Me with Apples shortly. The book that I'm reading right now, well, I have 2 going. So I know I keep saying I got sick, but that's just, I swear, that's just been my focal point, because I obviously can't get away from it. But I started reading Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. I've always wanted to read the book, and he passed away recently, and it was in the paper, and I was like, well, maybe this is a good time to download this book and start listening to it. Lovely narration, very interesting story. There's a movie out about it. The movie is fantastic. There's a great cast in that movie. I've seen it several times, and so I know what the book is going to be about generally. Not all movies follow, as I said with The Martian, which was, I can't believe that movie was, I didn't know, but I was looking up something, and The Martian, the movie, was nominated for Best Movie. I just couldn't believe it. I just was shocked. That's just my opinion. Maybe people loved it and everything, and I like Matt Damon. I thought he was fantastic in The Talented Mr. Ripley. They did a wonderful job translating that book. He was so subtle with that character, but I really can't believe they made that movie. I was just shocked. So enough about that. I don't need to tell you how disappointed I was again in that movie. But I was reading The Name of the Rose, and I just couldn't concentrate enough. There's a lot of detail in that book. I paused on that, and I've had The Girl on the Train in my queue for quite some time, and so I downloaded that, and I really enjoy that. I put it on it for a couple of hours and listened to it. I've been listening to it on my way to work in the mornings, and they relate it to Gone Girl. I can see the idea of that, but it's not the same storyline at all. A girl does go missing in the book, but other than that, I think the storylines are different and very well written. Many of you may have read the book already and know what I'm talking about, but I have 2 hours to go, so I have an idea maybe what happened, but I'm not sure. So I'm excited to get to the end of this and find out what happens, but so I think it's interesting. Check it out if you haven't. I was a little apprehensive when I first heard about it, but they relate to Gone Girl, but it's not. So I really enjoy it, and I'm excited to get to the end. So I highly recommend that book. And then I think that's everything for me. I haven't been doing anything. So I wish you all well. Hope everybody's in good health. And happy knitting. Oh, I did forget this at the beginning, rambling on. You can find me as Cheeky Monkey on Ravelry, Cheeky Monkey 1 on Instagram, and I have all the show notes can be found at knittingspring.com. And since I mentioned Goodreads, I will try to figure out, I know I have an app, so I don't know what I'm called on Goodreads, but I will put it down here for you and let you know how you can find me on Goodreads. I also follow Sarah Shu on Goodreads. I love her podcast. She does the Cultivate and Create podcast. I listen to that every week on my way to work. It's perfect. It's like 20 to 30 minutes, and it gets me from home to work. And she does such great book reviews. I really appreciate her viewpoint. She's very articulate and does an intelligent review. She does more than just, I like this, I don't like this. She talks about why, characters. She was an English major, so she has a little bit better sense of talking about a book than I do. I'm an avid reader, but I don't think I'm describing the books I read maybe quite as well as she does. So I highly recommend if you haven't already checked out her podcast. So I follow Sarah Shu on Goodreads, and she has such good recommendations. She does all these like lists and stuff for her job, and highly recommend you follow her on Goodreads if you're a bibliophile. So I will try to figure out what I am on Goodreads, and I'll put that in here for you. And like I said, I will hopefully talk to you sooner rather than later. I'm thinking, I don't know if it'll be next week, but I'm shooting for the week after that. So I will talk to you all soon, and happy knitting. Thank you all. Bye.